Have you ever had a conversation with someone and it was obvious they weren't listening? Have you ever been in the middle of sharing your heart with someone else or talking passionately about an issue and you realize the person you're talking to is completely zoned out? Isn't that a terrible feeling? We've all had that kind of an experience. We've all experienced someone else being a bad listener. And if you're like me, when someone else isn't listening, when you're sharing your heart or sharing passionately, it's easy to feel disrespected, unimportant, even forgotten. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation with another person and realized you weren't listening? Have you ever been in the middle of listening to someone else's monologue and realized you stopped paying attention and missed everything they just said? We've all been there. We've all been in the middle of a conversation and been the bad listener. In the New Testament, we're encouraged by James, the half-brother of Jesus, to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. We all want to be listened to, and it's part of our responsibility as followers of Jesus to be good listeners for others. When we make a point of listening well, it communicates our love, care, and respect for the other person. And it communicates that we're interested in their thoughts and opinions. Sometimes, listening well when someone else is sharing their heart is the best way to share Jesus with them. But all of this begs an important question. How do we listen well? How can you and I practice listening? I think there's all sorts of practical things you and I can do to listen better. We can be conscious of our body language. We can make eye contact. We can stay mentally engaged. There's lots of ways to practice intentional listening. But one of the best ways I've found to listen well to others and communicate to them that you care is by asking questions. I think a great rule of having conversations that we can all practice is this: ask 3 questions before you make a statement. When we choose to ask intentional questions before making any statements, we communicate that the other person's opinions and thoughts deserve to be heard and considered seriously. I'd encourage you to try this sometime this week. The next time you find yourself in an important or difficult conversation, try asking 3 questions before you make a statement. If nothing else, the person you're talking with will feel respected, cared for, and listened to. Let's all take the advice of James and be quick to listen well.